Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago, and across the globe. Welcome to Real Talk Corner. Hadassa, how are you?
Hi, I am fine, thank you. How are you, Esther?
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Real Talk Corner. Yes, it's where conversation sparks change and every voice matters. And I'm your host, Dr. Esther Cruickshank, and on this beautiful Friday, it's Friday the 7th of November in the year 2025. And boy, yes, the year is coming to a close. Before we wink our eyes again, we're going to be entering 2026, and yes, I know that we can't take it for granted. We don't know who is going to be here and who is not going to be here with us, but tonight I'm thankful and grateful for the breath of God in my lungs, and I trust that it's the same for you. Every day we hear of persons that we know or families that we know family has passed on. I just lost one of my family members, well, not, unexpectedly. So you don't take life for granted. That is why you share the love. We had a caller last night talked about the love and God and so on, and it is important. Despite all that is happening and all that we may say and even be upset with others and upset with party decisions and all of that, at the end of the day, we ought to be our brother's keeper and we ought to show love. Love covers a multitude of sin. It covers so much. If we really can love people genuinely, I think it will make a big difference. But so much of us are so fake. We just love to get what we can from others. We pretend, we are a lot of pretenders. You understand? We're not genuine with what we are doing. We don't have that genuine care for one another. And I think that conversation came up because of our Honorable Prime Minister, the love that she shows for our children and the young people and the senior citizens and so on. It doesn't mean that she's perfect. It just means that she has a big heart and she loves people and she wants the best for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. None of us are perfect, let me say that. But those of us who are striving to do what is right and to ensure that people have a better way of living in Trinidad and Tobago, it is what we would want to see. We want a fair play, a fair ground play. We want it to be fair. We want it, everybody must be able to enjoy the fruit of their labor. Everybody must be a part of the resources of Trinidad and Tobago. And tonight, I spoke last night about the unveiling of Phase 2 Revitalization Blueprint. And tonight I'm going to actually I want to play that about 20 minutes of our Prime Minister talking about the changes that is going to take place, the things that they have proposed to cause Trinidad to be unrecognizable to those who are abroad and haven't been here for a while. In the next few years, when they come back, if they haven't come in a while, they will not recognize Trinidad. Yeah, there are a lot to be done in Port of Spain, in San Fernando, and across Trinidad and Tobago. So I want to play that tonight, and I want you all to pay attention. And not that I want to bash the other party, but I mean, all of this is what they should have done and could have done in the 10 years. But they don't care about people. They don't care about the ease of doing business. They don't care about us on the ground. All they care about is themselves, and they will go abroad and buy properties abroad, and nothing is wrong with that, don't get me wrong. But when you forsake your citizens and take the money that should be spent here to better the lives of our citizens and go abroad and buy property and do what you have to do and ensure that just your immediate family and friends are taken care of, it is not the right thing to do. But you see here, we are going to show you what a woman who cares about the citizens, who cares about people, love her country, what she is proposing to do. And this is why we ought to have a little patience. They talk about even, creating more jobs, over 50,000 jobs to be heard of again. So let us, really stand with our Prime Minister, rally around her, encourage her, continue to pray for her. Not pray today and don't pray tomorrow. Pray for her every day. She needs our prayer and she needs our support, and we are who are sensible and who are wise and who understand this time and season, we're going to stand with her and her team. So without further ado, producer, I want to put that clip on. It's about 20 minutes. We're going to play it so that you can listen and take notice. It is something that we're going to be following closely as we go along over the next few years if our lives are spared. Yeah?
I know it's a mouthful, but we live in very exciting times. And we're looking forward to partnering with everyone here locally, regionally, and internationally as we lift off Trinidad and Tobago. So let me recognize all the distinguished persons who are here with us today. Of course, Honorary AG, Senator John Jeremy, Minister John, acknowledged, the Chairman of UDICOT and FCB, of course, Honorable Senator Surat Singh, our Minister of Planning. I was very excited about the things you mentioned, because we have to really do better with the ease of doing business. And we have to remove those blockers that we have in regulations and legislation. I know you mentioned, to do a project in our country, we have a piece of law that you have to get some kind of approval from a person, a local government corporation in health. And that person knows nothing about construction. That person has no experience in engineering. And your project gets stopped there for the longest while. And I think you spoke of it, one of you spoke of it, what happened with the U.S. Embassy, the building there, that was stuck because of these outdated laws. So laws have to definitely change. Let me again acknowledge all our cabinet members, members of the House, members of the Senate, and our parliamentary secretaries, your excellencies of the diplomatic corps. We are depending on you, and we're hoping to use your leverage in your own countries to help us to get the investors that we need and the monies that we need. We were very lucky today that Mr. Chris Sinclair happened to be in Tobago with me yesterday on other matters related to development, and I want to thank him very much for agreeing to speak with us today. And we know, they say Trini likes freeness. Thank you, sir, for the freeness you've offered to help us get these projects off going. Please put your hands together for Mr. Sinclair, our Bajan brother. With us today, I asked specially persons from the public service to be here. So can we give a round of applause to the permanent secretaries and other officers of the public service? Without them, we could never get these projects going. We have to have that synergy between the private sector and, of course, the public sector. All the specially invited guests who are here today, I thank you again for joining us. And as I share with you, we have changed the name of this diplomatic center. We are now calling it the Delivery Center. So today we'll share with you some of the deliverables. Thank you all for being here. We welcome you to share our government's vision for bold and transformative vision to rebuild and re-image Trinidad and Tobago. For every great project, there must be a blueprint, a clear plan. And above all, we must have a vision for a better, brighter, more prosperous future. And so it is my government's mission to improve the quality of life for all, not just for today, but for our generations to come. So even policy, every policy we craft is rooted in one principle, and that is delivery. It has been over 6 months when we took office, and I can proudly say that the promises we made are being put into action. Tangible results are already being seen. The people of our great nation place their faith and their hope and trust in my government and I, and we are committed to a renewed and revitalized TNT. I assure you, the work began on day one and continues on every single day. The Minister of Finance, the Minister of Planning rolled out our budget, a budget that was one really aimed at delivering again. And that presented to us a roadmap, that budget, our first budget, a roadmap which charts the way forward for next fiscal year. And the question that recurs is, where will we find the money? Where will we find the money? I told you then and I tell you now, we will find that money. And that is why we are rolling out these projects together to advise you, so that you and your various organizations, that you can help us find money that will bring money for investment, but will give you money to return back to your own country, back to your own organization. So we welcome you here today. I say for every project, there must be a blueprint and there must be a plan, and that is a blueprint that we put out here today. So one Lord cried, where is the money coming from? And we work together to find it. And the other cry we hear from everyone is about jobs. We want jobs. That has been the cry on the ground. That has been the cry before we came into office. And that is still the cry. And in response to those cries for jobs, my government launched really recently a national recruitment drive for the public sector. I said we received over 110,000 applications, but if you were to look at those applications for each person, it's less persons, because some persons so want a job. They've applied for several jobs at a time. So we are analyzing the data, and we will be rolling out, I think it's from next week, the interview process for those who applied. Now that would have been for public sector jobs, but we have the whole private sector. And Mr. John, when she spoke, you can see in every sector there will be more jobs to come. Today, I wish to share with you our broader vision, our diversification thrust, which will generate thousands of jobs and build a stronger and more resilient economy. TNT, as others have spoken, and we all know, especially in recent times, we are a blessed and beautiful nation. We are fortunate to have many, many strengths that make us attractive to investors and to position us as a powerful economic hub in the Caribbean. Our nation has unique national competitive advantages, and I'll just name a few of them, some mentioned already. One, we are outside the hurricane belt. Thank you, God. We are outside the hurricane belt. We are a strategic location and time zone that bridges the Americas. We have a highly educated and skilled workforce. We have affordable and reliable energy supply. And we have a very stable democracy. We are the only country in the Caribbean. I was reminded of Mr. Sinclair last night when we were in Tobago. We are the only country in the Caribbean, you may not know this, with an investment-grade sovereign rating. Did you know that? Trinidad and Tobago is the only country in the Caribbean with investment-grade sovereign rating. What does it mean? It means that we can retain strong borrowings and strong investors into our country, and we'll have that power for investor confidence. So we do not take this lightly. We know that immediate and deliberate action is needed to move beyond our historical dependence on oil and gas. Geographically, mentioned before, we are located outside the belt, the hurricane, and we have neighbors in Latin America, in the Americas so close by, as well as North America. And some of our Latin American colleagues and neighbors are here. Can we give them a round of applause and thank them for joining us? I see my friend is smiling very widely. So we have begun implementing and putting things on the ground, but we have a lot of work to do. We have a strong legal system. We have a deep respect for the rule of law, even as we continue to confront the challenges of crime and safety. We have preserved sustainable economic ties locally with our private sector and regionally through CARICOM. But now, the time has come to open our doors internationally. to learn from and partner with countries that have successfully transformed their economies. For example, Singapore, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Bahrain, Kuwait, and others. Many of these nations were similar in positions like ours, heavily dependent on energy. Yet they transitioned, they grew dynamic, diversified economies. Let me give you one example. Today, less than 1% of Dubai's GDP comes from oil. Less than 1%. Its economy now thrives on trade, tourism, real estate, logistics, and financial services. Similarly, Singapore transformed itself from a small, resource-scarce island into a global economic powerhouse. Through strategic planning, foreign investment, motivation, education, and technology, Singapore has become a world leader in finance, in biotechnology, in logistics, and digital innovation. The success stories are there. What is needed is vision. What is needed is a mission. And what is needed is the political will to act, and to act now. The time is now. And we are doing just that. During my recent visit to the United States, we held productive discussions with the Crown Prince of Kuwait and representatives from Saudi Arabia. We made it clear that TNT is open for business. This is a message I intend to echo globally. TNT is open for business now, and everyone is welcome. At the same time, we strive to strengthen our partnerships with our traditional friends, the United States, the United Kingdom, China, India, France, French ambassadors here, our traditional partners. We intend to continue working with them and strengthening those partnerships and ties. And further, mentioned it before, very important, we need to penetrate markets of Latin America, whole of South America. We need to penetrate those markets. They are right on our doorstep. And you know what? Their population, their market population, I think is about 60 million people. So yes, in the CARICOM, but of course, in South America as well. So the world is our stage now. We are going globally. My government has a plan to reach the international corridors of capital. Our transformation plan will create an ecosystem for investment, motivation, and new economic activity. I know some of you saying, we've heard about these things before. We've heard about the word diversification. Yes, we've heard it. And indeed, diversification has been an elusive dream for decades. Too often a talking point with no real action. Minister John mentioned it. We've been planning and planning and planning. I thought you would have repeated the point when you showed from 1960. We've been planning and planning and we're planning. Well, today we have stopped planning and we are working. We have opened up TNT. Let's get the investors in locally, regionally, and internationally. The plans are being done and many are complete. So I said, I want to give you this assurance. Our projects will not be white elephants or illusions of grandeur. They will be grounded in purpose, built to produce real results. To ensure this, I am establishing oversight and governance committees, as mentioned by the Minister of Finance in the national budget. The first committee will be chaired by the Office of the Prime Minister to oversee project and capital allocation, to examine our national priorities and rank them from a development perspective. The second team we are setting up is an Economic Resilience Council and the Economic Development Board, which will guide diversification, shape policy, and monitor the key levers of our economy. This approach ensures synergy and collaboration, not fragmentation. One team will focus on diversification thrust, integration with foreign affairs, trade, and capital inflows. The other will ensure execution, that plans are translated into measurable outcomes. This brings me now to the critical role of you in the public sector. In my respectful view, the public sector is the engine room of national transformation. The public sector powers the delivery of essential services, together with water, electricity, telecoms, the very foundation on which our economy thrives. To transform our nation, every arm of the public sector must come together. PS, head of the public service, is here today. PS Barrow, let's give her a welcome. Thank you for coming. And together with your PSs, so you in the public sector, we must come together to improve the ease of doing business and to remove unnecessary bureaucracy. My government will empower leaders within the public sector to make business happen. We will do this by revising the Public Service Manual, modernizing government across ministries and state enterprises. The time has come now not only to empower, but also to hold people accountable. I do not wish to go back. I want to go forward. But what we have seen in terms of accountability leaves much to be desired. And so we must hold people accountable for the actions. There must be real delivery, not promises, not speeches, but visible, measurable results, which citizens can see and feel in their daily lives. These reforms will strengthen governance, improve project management, enhance audits and reporting, and ensure that every dollar spent is tied to performance. Ministries will be held accountable to key performance indicators. When these changes take root, they will strengthen our financial stability and lay the foundation for greater rewards, including foreign exchange generation, which we need, and at the same time, economic diversification and human development. I know we must align our economic levers and ensure that everyone, every ministry, every state agency, every worker is moving in the same direction forward. There must be no red tape, no roadblocks, and no unnecessary delays. Today, I want to assure you today that under my leadership, there will be no reckless spending, and those who do so will be brought to book. Every dollar will be guided by fiscal responsibility and comprehensive reform. TNT's energy reserves have long been the lifeblood of our nation. The oil and gas sector built the foundation of modern TNT, pioneering our industries, creating our infrastructure, and financing our progress. And yet, while we continue to harness our energy resources and strengthen our partnerships in the energy sector, it is a very vital sector, the time has come to embrace a realistic and forward-looking diversification thrust. One where energy, excellence, and economic diversity coexist, driving sustainable growth for generations to come. And so I come to the moment that you have probably been waiting for, our vision for transformation, the vision. Ms. John has shared a lot of it with us this evening. And so it is great pride and unwavering resolve that I stand before you to launch the Trinidad and Tobago Redevelopment Program, a transformative initiative to reshape our communities, to reignite our country, our economy, and of course to affirm our shared commitment to progress, dignity, and opportunity for all. This is more than infrastructure. It is a blueprint. It is a blueprint to guide us along the way. From revitalized town sectors to modern transport corridors, from sustainable housing to vibrant public spaces, we are building not just with concrete and steel, but we also are building with care, creativity, and conviction. Every citizen in every corner of our country deserves to live in a place that reflects their worth. The program is designed to uplift not just the landscape, but also to uplift the lives within it. Jobs will be created businesses will thrive, families will flourish, and our youth will see in every new building, in every restored street, a future which includes them. We are guided by the values that unite us: resilience, innovation, and respect for our own heritage. As we move forward, we will listen closely, we will act transparently, and we will work collaboratively with local communities, private partners, international allies to ensure the transformation is inclusive, it is sustainable and enduring. The TNT Revitalization Blueprint Program is a national vision that is long overdue and belongs to each and every citizen of our country. As I said, this is not just another development initiative. It's a strategic and purposeful diversification effort designed to stimulate our economy, expand our national capacity, and reinvigorate and reimagine what our Twin Island state can and must become. It is not just a vision. It is a declaration of intent we make today. We are building iconic, enduring structures that will define our national landscape, rooted in global best practices of land use, urban design, and sustainable development. These projects are engineered to last, to inspire, and to lead. They will stand out as unshakable symbols of progress and permanence, just as they are, fusing cutting-edge innovation with the soul of our heritage. We are not merely designing spaces, we are shaping the future of TNT. Every element reflects the essence of our people, our vibrant diversity, our spiritual depth, our boundaries, and boundless forever creativity, and our unwavering belief in what lies ahead. This is our legacy. This is our nation, and this is our legacy in motion, for it will be nothing short of extraordinary. Trinidad and Tobago is poised for success and greatness. Our beautiful paradise stands ready to harness the strength, all our strengths, to become the global logistical hub for marine service, for aviation, logistics, higher education, tourism, energy, and financial innovation. The program will also focus on efficiency, cost savings, rationalization through the decentralization of government functions and the repurposing of existing infrastructure, such as the International Waterfront Complex. Every dollar spent will work harder for our people. Every asset will have a greater purpose, and every community will share in the benefits. This revitalization blueprint program will generate not only national development, but also sustainable revenue streams, particularly in foreign exchange, as we expand export-oriented industries and open our country to greater global participation. The focus is on building sustainable, people-centered communities. The designs of the program will address long-standing infrastructure challenges, such as drainage, traffic congestion, urban sprawl, whilst at the same time promoting resilience, climate adaptation, and smart mobility through multimodal transport systems. Each project will incorporate renewable energy techniques, very important, green building principles, and inclusive public spaces, reflecting our commitment to sustainability and environmental stewardship. Foreign investment will be critical to the success of this transformation. Mr. Hill has spoken to us about leveraging financial markets, and we very much thank Gregory Hill. Please give him a round of applause for helping us in this regard. We will partner with governments. We will partner with international banks, regional development institutions, private investors from around the world who share our vision for growth, equity, and sustainability. I emphasize again, TNT is open for business, ready to welcome a wide range of persons who want to invest, innovate, and grow with us. Together, we will demonstrate that our Twin Island nation state can do what it must do and what we must become. As you know, I returned from Tobago on Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday. It seems so long ago. I want to thank Chief Secretary Farley and his team are here with us today. Let's welcome them to Trinidad. And today, I say to them and all of us, we roll out the blueprint for Trinidad. Chief Secretary, on another day, we'll be rolling out the blueprint for Tobago. So please wait for it. It's coming soon. In the coming years, you will see cranes piercing the skyline of Port of Spain. In San Fernando, you'll see dredgers will carve new horizons along the San Fernando coast. And you will see, you will be ready as it is, bulldozers all ready to go up to Tamana, Golden Grove, along the San Fernando to Mayaro to Caliota Highway. We will see all of them. This is a rhythm of renewal, the hum of a nation in motion, of hands at work and hearts lifted and families daring to dream again. It is the sound, I say, of a republic reclaiming its future, one beam, one brick, one bold step at a time. We are securing our nation's borders, from Galeota to Cedros to Tetron. We are executing a bold modernization agenda, upgrading infrastructure, deploying cutting-edge technology, and establishing robust customs and immigration outposts. Every frontier will be fortified. Every entry point will be equipped. This is not just another plan. It is a national imperative. In the south, a new dawn breaks in San Fernando. San Fernando will shine once more. The waterfront redevelopment marks the most ambitious investment ever made in South Trinidad. The development spans over 400 acres, as Bijan told us, transforming the city into a vibrant nexus of innovation, culture, and care. From the boardwalk to Lady Hills Avenue, San Fernando is being reimaged and reimagined as a living symbol of Southern pride, resilience, and progress. Cultural pulse through the Hadassa, the Art District, and the breezy open-air amphitheater, where the rhythm of steel band and Tassa, the soul of our people, will take center stage. We have plans to anchor this transformation. Ms. John mentioned it, Plaza San Carlos, so I will not go much into that further, and also the Southern Health City, delivering exceptional care. A world-class international conference center, and much more for our South City. So my friends, I thank you for your patience and your time. We will have infrastructural development throughout the length and breadth of Trinidad, and as I say, we roll out for Tobago. And then, I want to share this with you. This is only one segment of our economy that we're dealing with at this time. That is to say, the infrastructure development under the Minister of Works and UDICOT. But we have many other sectors that we'll talk about at other times, in the agricultural sector, in the tourism sector, you name it, in every sector, in every ministry. So today, we want to congratulate the Ministry of Works and Infrastructure for bringing this plan forward, the team they've worked with, and I'm saying we will always keep in touch with you, talk with you, and as we close here today, I ask you, we've been talking to you all evening, so keep your eyes peeled on the screen. I want you to see the vision, actually with your own eyes. So we put together a video, and we want to thank you again for the time you've spent with us. May God continue to bless each and every one of you. Thank you very much.
And there you have it, our Honorable Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago telling us what are their plans. And of course, it is called Trinidad and Tobago Revitalization Blueprint. And of course, she talked about ease of doing business, changing the laws to facilitate that, and asking what you call the permanent secretary and private sector and everybody to come together to make this happen, because it just cannot be her and her ministers. And of course, I trust that those permanent secretaries is really going to come together to make this happen. And she said it cannot be done without them. They must be the driving force behind it. But those of us who know how these permanent secretaries who are propaganda, national movement, sycophants to an extent, who just do whatever they ask them to do and not what the UNC government would like to do. We know how that goes, but we're hopeful, we're trusting that they will come on board to make this a reality. Why couldn't the PNM do this? Why couldn't they put things together like this Prime Minister? I heard a comment made by the deceased former Prime Minister's son talking about this is a cut and paste for what do you call it, 2020, Vision 2020. Well, he should be happy that his father's legacy is being carried out. Of course, with a change, with a difference, whatever. At the end of the day, it is to make Trinidad and Tobago a place where everyone wants to be. Even citizens who have migrated may want to come back to Trinidad. Yeah? And for people to invest. So I doesn't understand how they think. Okay, it is something. Some of it might have been what your father did, put in place for the 2020 vision. But the vision gone. The vision wasn't being materialized. So you should be happy that the UNC government is trying to do something and to include part of your father's legacy. This is what I don't understand with them. People get so on as though, okay, the PNM do this, and the squirrel say the same thing. Is I implement this, and is I implement that. So what? You started the project, you started the work, and it's going to be finished. Unlike you all, when something is started by the United National Congress team, government, you all come into government and you would leave it there to rot. You would not spend a cent and bring it forward. No. But you see the kind of prime minister we have, they're not going to leave out. If it's going to benefit the nation, they go with it. And then she spoke about changing the diplomatic center's name to delivery center. I agree with that. Okay? She said, she talked about holding people accountable. We are not, and she don't want to go back. We don't want to go back with all the foolishness. We want to go forward. This is what it is all about. Isn't that what we want as citizens? That we go forward and that our development take place so that we can feel proud of our country, of the place of birth. That is what it is all about. And also I saw where Custom and Excise Division has now implemented the links payment. Just imagine, we in 2025, Custom and Excise is now implementing links payment. Think about it. What the PNM was doing all along. What they were doing, only talk mamagism and know how to talk down on people. Don't care one thing about the citizens. All they were doing is filling their pockets. So Rottweiler and Squirrel, they should have done something like that, but they didn't think about us. They didn't think about wanting to make our country a better place. Only excuses and tell you to tighten your belt and eat provision. Tighten your belt. Things is going to be rough and tight. You understand? They had no time to do or to implement any blueprint to revitalize Trinidad and Tobago. I am happy, I'm smiling now because my co-host is here with me. Hi Hadassa, Charles McLeod. How are you, girl? How was your day?
I'm
You made
fine.
it.
I'm making what do you call it? A late entrance, like a celebrity. I'm just popping in because I really wanted to talk about the revitalization plan. I hope everybody is doing well. Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. It's great to be on. Esther, how are you doing, my love?
I am doing good, despite everything that the challenges that is before me. There's a lot of challenges. Sometimes you're good and then things just happen and you wonder where all of this is coming from. But I have the greater one living in me, so I am an overcomer. I don't worry. All that happening, go ahead and rock on the side. I know who I am and I know what I am about. So talk to us, girl.
Indeed. Well, I know they call it a revitalization plan, but in my humble opinion, this almost feels like a reboot. um, because people are wanting to say that this is similar to Patrick Manning's Vision 2020, and I beg to differ because I feel in a lot of ways 2020 failed and it was not achieved in the sense that it was not a project that trickled down and taught everybody and everybody benefited from it. This plan that our Prime Minister, along with Julie John, the Minister of Infrastructure, um, this is a plan that will change the way that we live in Trinidad and Tobago. And it will also put us in a position where we would actually be competitive with our picking.
We hearing you. Go ahead.
Okay. And I felt really hopeful for the first time in a very, very long time. And I have been tossing and turning about what I want my life to look like and how I want to feel about my country and things like that. I have contemplated, like many persons, seeking opportunities abroad, migrating, and things like that. And this is the first time where I'm feeling like, hold on, Hadassa, that might not be necessary. This has filled me with so much hope. And I think that that is so important after coming through 10 years under the PNM, where, like you said, Esther, all we were given was doom and gloom. All we were told was to tighten our belts, and there was never a positive forecast. There was never something to look forward to. There was never anything to rally behind. There was nothing ever really to inspire pride and hope in the population. And this has done this for me. And I'm really, really happy with how detailed it is, with all the plans that they have, what they even plan to do with Isla Carrera, even. That has so much vision and it has really, really inspired me. And I feel really happy. And I really just wanted to jump on tonight to say that and to tell persons who might feel things are not happening, things are not moving fast enough. We are dealing with a situation where we have to fix what the PNM broke and then we have to build. But our Prime Minister is telling us to hold steady, that she has a plan. Keith Rowley never had a plan. She just came back from Tobago, where she is showing so much intent in terms of her willingness to work with Tobago and to bring Tobago to where she wants it to be. And this project for Trinidad and Tobago, I am telling you, it is going to change the way we live. It is going to raise the standard of living. It is going to put more money in people's pockets. It's going to bring more investment. It's going to bring more tourists. It's just going to bring money in our pockets, which is what everybody wants. Everybody wants this opportunity to have a better life, to send their children to school, to live comfortably, to be safe. This plan takes everything into consideration: culture, tourism, our safety, every single thing. And the promise, like I said in the last show, of jobs for our young people who are doing what we are asking them to do, which is license, which is to go to school, get an education, have a passion for something. We are seeing where these passions can actually contribute now to um, increasing our revenues in terms of contributing to our city. This has filled me with so much hope, and I'm really, really very happy. Back to you, Esther.
Yes, yes, indeed. It is, you're looking at the structures, the infrastructure, you feel as though you're entering, how you call this place? I just called the name and I forgot. No,
Dubai,
the name,
Singapore.
Dubai. Thank you. I was just telling the producer. It looks as though you're entering Dubai, and it is really um, mind blowing. And to see this come to fruition is what we are looking forward to. And in the next few years, we're really looking forward to this.
And
This is a paradise in
but
paradise.
it even surprising to hear that they're trying to get it done before 2030.
That's the whole point. They're trying to
Since
have
in
it done
five
before
years.
2030. So, we're going to keep following, and we're going to keep, praying and asking God to give them, the necessary finances that we would get it. And the Prime Minister said we would get it. Look at that.
We keep it praying
It
and we
makes
do.
you feel proud. It makes you feel very hopeful. And we know with such infrastructure to be constructed, there is going to be a lot of jobs, for our citizens as well, even though we know they're going to be taking investors from probably China and all these places. But it's something to look forward to, and I am really, really excited to see these things come to fruition. And Hadassa, you said it. I only mentioned that, I didn't even want to call the name, but it was Brian Manning who spoke about his father's legacy. And I mean, he should be proud if it is we continuing something from his father's legacy. And the truth is, as you said, we haven't seen that didn't really pick up and go anywhere. What we built, the waterfront, and look how it looks today. It did not really, bring into fruition what we were hoping that it would have done. And again, I say hats off to our Prime Minister and to Minister Julian John and all the others, Minister of Planning, and all those who have come together to make this, look the way it's looking, giving us some hope that this is what we're going to be able to call our home. Yeah, so it is phenomenal. It is something that, it's a big project, both San Fernando and Port of Spain. I mean, just looking at it on the screen, you are saying to yourself, wow, this is not Trinidad and Tobago if it's
No, it's not.
completed like that. You understand? And Julian John did said it. She said it will be a transformation. It's going to be a place that you wouldn't recognize if you were here over the years and you haven't been here. When you come in and you see that, you would not recognize your own country. But I really pray that everything will run smoothly. The investors are going to come and things are going. I mean, with them doing that, they're not doing it by guess. They're not crazy people. They would have had talks. They would have, communicated with investors already and have this as the blueprint to go forward. So I am grateful and thankful that the UNC government is here, and we know they're going to be here for a very long time because our Prime Minister insists on allowing our citizens to reap the good of our land. And that is so good. I spoke last night about Tobago, and it's the first time I think in years that Tobago felt as though they were getting some level of autonomy to do what they have to do for their people in Tobago. And that is very, very excited and applaudable. I applaud our Prime Minister and her team.
Indeed, indeed. And I really wanted to reiterate the fact that, in my opinion, I know a lot of people have different opinions, but in my opinion, 2020 Vision 2020 uh, failed. This is going to be something that is going to touch every community, right? They are making changes to communities like Shagonas. They're going to be revitalizing Tamina Park, even repurposing Reman Yard, right? Even what they plan to do in the Sealot area, right? And I'm just thinking about how this is going to bring so much hope to people. What this is doing, when the Prime Minister says Trinidad and Tobago is open for business, she really means it, because she is actually hoping and she is creating an environment that would be conducive and attractive to investment, foreign investment, for people to come here and do business here in Trinidad. The PNM sold our country out to the 1%. They were perfectly fine having our country overrun with crime, having our country overrun with guns and drugs and whatnot. They were perfectly fine to do that if it meant that their 1% friends would prosper, right? They were perfectly fine selling out the whole country to a few people and letting the rest of us suffer. This plan is not that. This plan is not that. In dealing with the drugs and dealing with things like that, we are going to lower our position in terms of the crime index, and we are going to actually go down also as well on the corruption index. That is what she is signaling, that Trinidad and Tobago is open for business. That is what she means. We are making our country attractive again to foreign investment, which is very important. And this is the first time we are actually setting targets as a government, right? They are saying they want to have 1 million visitors coming to our shores via the cruise ship complex and things like that. Think about the foreign exchange. Think about the businesses that will be in the cruise ship complex. Think about the people who will now be able to provide better lives for their families, which it is all about. So I just needed to say that I think the PNM should be ashamed of themselves trying to say that this was their plan. Vision 2020 was never this. It only touched Port of Spain. This is a plan that is touching Trinidad and Tobago, and there is no comparison.
Exactly. And they have no shame. Let's not talk about that. They have no shame. What they need is to sit down and shut up and learn. I keep saying that from the beginning, you know. Sit down, shut up and learn. And they prove themselves to be cheaters and liars and deceivers. Everything since this government has been in power, everything that has been said and done, they have a problem with it, or they are the ones who started to implement. That's all they keep saying.
Yeah.
But they just need to stay quiet and observe and learn how to run a country, learn how to build the economy, learn how to be inclusive of everybody. That is what they need to do.
Yes.
They
Yes.
need to do that. And they may not like us on this program. They may say what they want to say, and that is okay as well, because there are a bunch of people who to me, they don't think, or they don't want to think, or they just love how the country has been going, that a few is getting everything,
Because it
and the rest
benefited
of
a
all you're
few.
suffering, and all you're happy with that. But you know what?
Yes.
I am sorry for those people who support the PNM. They will soon see the light and they will come on board. I believe they will. Because after you see all of these things happening, are you going to still sit down and complain or say the UNC this and the UNC that and Kamala this and Kamala that? No. You all have to get above board. You are not tired with the corruption that PNM has, the propaganda national movement got themselves into, the Rottweiler and the squirrel. Oh gosh, all I'm fed up of the insult that you all got from them. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up and see a prime minister who shows love and care. I don't care what anybody else say. That is what she have been showing, and she keeps saying it. She is going to fulfill the promises that was made. This is why she talks about the delivery center. They're going to deliver. And if after they deliver and the PNM could come with a propaganda and make all you go back and vote for the PNM, well then all you're really stupid. You understand? All
Yeah.
your past being
Yeah.
stupid. Dotishness and
Yeah.
stupidness together, right? But as it is presented to us, and we're going to continue to observe and continue to follow to make sure that what is being said is going to come into fruition. And I believe it will. We know it's human beings, but I know that the Prime Minister and Minister Julian John, together with others, is going to make sure that this come to pass. They're going to, for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Just
Indeed. I feel
imagine
very
that, eh?
confident.
Just imagine our country looking like that. Hello. I tell you, I felt like I was going into Dubai. You understand? And it looking better. It looking better than going into Dubai. Check it out. This is the plan. What plan did the PNM have under the Rottweiler? The Rottweiler only know was to see about the 1% and see about his people. The Rottweiler
Yes.
had no clue as to what to do to develop this country. Only fraudulent behavior. Talk down to
Oh
people
my
as though
gosh.
they're nobody. Well, I hope he take a good look at this. Could the Rottweiler see? The Rottweiler dog does
Oh my
the
goodness.
see and talk. There's only bark, I think. All right. There's only bark.
Ah, I love how the plants also pay homage to our country. So, for example, the leatherback turtle, they took inspiration from that for one of the
Yes.
theaters.
Yes.
And then also the infinity towers, they say the infinity sign around it actually represents the or I guess the infinite flap of the what are the hummingbirds' wings?
Oh gosh. I don't know. Right now I can't think of what
Yeah,
it
but
is.
I thought that that was so thoughtful, and I like how they integrated that into it. The prime minister stressed that this is not just the government alone, right? So this is an opportunity for a lot of businessmen and private sector citizens to get on board in terms of being a part of the transformation of our country. So this is very, very exciting. I'm really glad that we are saying no to corruption, and we are saying that we can have a country that is different. We can have a country that signals to other islands, hey, this is what we are.
Exactly, and not only that, that you still will have money in your pocket. Everybody's going to work. We don't need corruption. Corruption leave our country the way the
Exactly.
PNM left it. All right? All is going to work. The
Yes.
ministers are going to have their salaries. Everybody is going to be paid. Everybody is going to get an honest salary, one that they can live with and be happy with. But you know what we just want?
Yeah.
We just only want to grab, grab, grab. We want to put it in this bank and put, hello, when it's time to dead, you can't carry it with you no matter what. And when the time reach, you would still die. So let everybody
Yes.
enjoy what we have here in a man. Let
Yeah.
everybody enjoy it.
Even let me just interject, Esther. Even as something as simple as, like you mentioned, implementing links payments at customs and excise, it's not that we could not do it. The PNM refused to do it because how would the officers take bribes, right? How would they not account for the money, right? Now the money is going to be going directly into government
Accountable.
accounts. Yes, and we can account for the monies that are coming into that
Right, that's right.
department.
That's
It
why
is
they want to keep us
eliminating
as
corruption.
though we live in 2015 still. We want to
Yeah,
take
because
some
when you're
call at
paying
least.
cash, where's the money going?
That's right. That's right. I don't want to deprive any of our callers from calling and making their suggestion or comment. So the number to call 782-6145. Our time is gone, but we would try and squeeze in at least one or two calls. So if you want to call us and you want to share anything, you want to say anything based on what was said tonight, what was showed, now is the time to do that. Phone off. See if we could put that. The number to call is 782-6145. Yes, this is what people want to see. This is what people want, this kind of progression, this kind of development. We want to see that. Yeah? We want to see that. That is what makes you feel as though you're living in a country. You're living in a little nice island, right? And
Yeah,
visitors would want to come. Look at that. People, a health city, you're talking about a health city in South. Not just a
yeah,
health center or a hospital, a health city.
And remember the teaching hospital
yeah.
was done
Where they're going to be doing
Yeah, the
medical
teaching
research.
hospital was done by under the UNC, and we know that. So there is a lot of potential, and I'm looking forward to this. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward. So, viewers, if you want to call, 782-6145 is the number to call, and share your thoughts with us at Real Talk Corner. Keep it real.
uh, no, this is not tonight.
Not tonight. All right. So we want to wrap up because the time has gone very quickly. I want to thank my co-host for being on. I feel so good again. I know how it is. But I appreciate you coming on taking this little time to come on tonight. And I pray that, people will come
Yes.
on. Let us show love. Again, we come back to love, love. We have to love one another. It's not about race and it's not about ethnicity and who poor and who rich and who have and who want to kill who. And no, let us show love to one another. Yeah, if we show love, we'll have a better place, a better community, a better life. You feel better. Don't keep toting and carrying people in your mind and those people involved in the gangs. All you come on, man, straighten all yourself up. All you wouldn't live long. All you wouldn't live long to enjoy the niceties that is coming to our country. Come out of the gangs, the gang war stuff. Stop the nonsense. Show love to one another. Go home. Talk to your siblings, your parents, your uncle, your aunt, whoever. Ask them questions. Ask them about yourself, about your patriarch, your foreparents. If you don't know where you came from and you don't have a clue what is going on, talk to somebody. Don't get yourself involved with guns and drugs. That's all the certain people want to have you all. They bring in the drugs and the guns and they allow you all to kill one another and they are benefiting. All you see, all you don't benefit. A bling bling for what? 2 years, 3 years, and then all you're dead? Come on, leave that on the side. Leave it on the side. Get in tune with what is going to be our future. The future looks bright after God. So come on, people. Stop taking bribes and stop being in gangs and stop hating on each other. Let us show love. Love to one another. I understand that the phone, we had 2 missed calls. Sorry about that. But on next view is going to be on Tuesday. All right. Good night, good night, good night.
Yes, sir, Mr. Ali from Sammy Gandhi.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I see my friend here. I feel happy.
You're seeing your friend, so you feel happy.
Yeah, I just can't remember his name.
Hadassa, yes.
Yeah, can she hear from me?
Mr. Ali, she hearing you, you're still on you're on live, so she hearing you.
Yeah, I know, she. Yeah.
Hadassa, Mr. Ali, happy to see you on, huh? All right, good.
Good night, Mr. Ali. Thanks for calling.
Okay, so Mr. Ali, you want to say anything about what has been shown, what the Prime Minister and her team is doing for our country?
Let me tell you something. I don't want to hear.
You don't want to hear? All right.
Like, I don't want to hear PNM, but PNM they have no plan and they have no vision.
Well, we know that.
And
they never did.
There is no vision, people what? Perish.
They never had a plan. All they was doing is talking. Yeah,
So
never had.
everything this government do, they will have a problem.
Yes, I agree.
Right? Because plenty of them who know me, for example, for the UNC thing, right? And plenty of them who know me, tell me, Mr. Ali, what's going on, boy? Look at the road, look at what's going on, look at people and what people suffering. I said, everything going on fixed. And they tell me when. I say, well, let's talk like PNM. Everything going to fix. Not when it goes fix, just what you go see. Everybody will get a report check.
Exactly. They're getting on as though we have been here for 5 years and nothing was done. It was the PNM. I see the president of the Nursing Association talking about a lawsuit going to sue the government because it doesn't have enough staff in Eric Williams medical complex. Hello, 6 months. He didn't know to do that for the 10 years that gone. They have always been short staff at all the hospitals, not only Eric Williams. So what it is, he knows 6 months this government is here and he want to talk about he going to sue the government. Man, away with these stupid people. Let him go and sue. He should have done that. Why he didn't do it under the PNM regime? Why he didn't do that? No, but you want to come and sue now? I didn't even want to talk about it, but as much as you raise it, they are getting on as though we here for 5 years and nothing was done. All the rubbish is because of PNM.
And doing nothing 10 years. And come like the job gas, they have a problem.
Everything.
Everything they think
Everything this government have done is a problem to the PNM. But I want to thank you, Mr. Ali. We know that.
That is why, according to you, let us sit down and Islam learn. Yeah, sit down Islam learn.
Exactly. So thanks so much for calling, okay? I believe in this government, after God, that things is going to happen. It's going to happen.
Why they get voted out.
Our Honorable Prime Minister wants to get this place in order.
To vote them out.
That's right. And we just have to have patience. We just have to have a little patience. That wicked government called the PNM.
21 years in Tobago. On that captivity, eh?
Oh.
They get the license to export now.
Tell me this thing now.
They're happy with the money they get.
They're happy. Everybody is happy. And the PNM don't like that.
10% come in when they get all these things and they get all the benefits. They go back and vote PNM.
Well, I can never see that happening. If they do that, they're well stupid. Never. PNM dead. We bury them already. We don't bury them.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just try not to run and then behind the back. Behind his back to talk to the ambassador to tell them what. Look, all the dragon gas deals done. We get the license and they're done.
Oh gosh. Mr. Ali, keep praying for our Prime Minister and our government, and let us be safe. And
I'm praying for you, I'm praying for myself, I'm praying for the whole country.
Yes.
All the ministers, all the Prime Ministers.
Everybody.
To be strong and to keep up. Because what? She wouldn't be here for long enough.
That's right.
The good people wouldn't be here for long.
That's what has happened. The good people does leave us and go.
Yeah.
Anyhow, thank you for calling Real Talk, and look forward to hearing from you all, whether it's by comments, whatever it is. Blessings.
My good friend there.
Yes.
Hello, girl, hello.
She's sending bye-bye for you. She's giving you a ride. Okay.
Have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
Have a good night too.
Yes. Thank you so very much. All right. So that was Mr. Ali from Grandy, and he is endorsing what is happening and asking those people who seems to have no patience, hold on. Things is coming. Things is happening. PNM never employ people. PNM never give all their nothing. All they give was the 1% and their friends and family. And here it is. They didn't even give Tobago. And the Prime Minister at the time was a Tobagonian. He didn't find it, and he made some excuse why they didn't do it. But this government, our Prime Minister, she found the time to go and give them what they needed to help their people. All right, so we are grateful and we are thankful. Yes, I am happy. We are good. Hadassa, anything you want to say? We're closing off. You'll tell the people have a good night, a good weekend.
I mean, it'll be nice if every caller is as enthusiastic as Mr. Ali. Mr. Ali, we hear you. Thanks for calling. But it was great being on. Thanks, you guys, for sharing this hour or half an hour with me. Esther, thank you so much for holding down the fort. I always go back and look at the show, and you're doing a fantastic job.
Thank you, even though I miss you all the time. But yeah, I have to do what I have to do, right? The people are relying on us to hear what is being done and what is happening. We can't disappoint them. Yeah? It's all about the people. That's what it is about, so that they would know what is happening and don't give up and don't feel hopeless. So I want to thank our viewers very much, those across the globe who follow us and who's listening to us. Thank you. Continue to share our live. Continue to let people know what is going on in Trinidad and Tobago. So it's Friday and it's the weekend. Please be safe. Those of you who are going out to party at this hour, go out online. Please be safe. Cover yourselves. Yes. Don't take anything for granted. Until Tuesday, when we're going to be back here. Goodbye.